How's it going, David from Comic Book Investments? So, got some stuff back from CGC. Not too much stuff in general. A lot of this stuff, honestly, is from buying from different people. Not even necessarily back from CGC. I got a few things back. Of course, everything's on my website, collectorscomics.com, if you want to buy these. But yeah, man. So, funny story is I sent some stuff into CGC, a bunch of big key books. I can't wait to show it to you. Hopefully next week or a couple weeks from now, you'll see them. But I sent in like walkthroughs. They're called whatever, unlimited value now, but basically walkthroughs. And they graded the vintage, shipped out the vintage stuff, which is their lowest tier, before they even did the walkthroughs. So I'm like a little confused. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just one box that, maybe they made a mistake. Nope, the other boxes are coming as well, like getting graded and stuff. And I'm like, why won't you grade my expensive stuff? I don't know. That's the stuff I want back. A lot of good stuff in there. So excited when those finally come back. But let's get into this batch. Yeah. All right. First up, we got first appearance of Craven. Make sure you guys can see it over there. And yeah, $6.79. This book has, like a lot of books, have dropped quite a bit. This one was interesting because it started dropping, got the hype from the movie that's coming out sometime. I don't know. I thought it was October, but could be wrong. But then it's dropped again significantly. Spider-Man 122, $199. It's crazy when I look at prices and I'm like, and I'm just like remembering, like 2 years ago, a year ago, and stuff like that, even 2020. Prices were so insane. Now they're just back to kind of what they were prior. There's some books that are still higher than they were, but yeah. So it's back to being pretty much affordable for pretty much anything. First appearance series for Sticks, $204.59. Here's a book that's been dropping. First appearance of Kang the Conqueror. He's terrible in the movie. $4.99. Pretty much dropping to the point where it's like a non-factor key. Here's a low grade first appearance of Galactus and Silver Surfer. I remember my dad having this book and he had a really high grade, and I was always so confused on why it was so expensive because I always thought it was just the first appearance of Galactus. I didn't realize the first appearance of Silver Surfer as well. $4.49. First appearance Deadpool, $4.49 for a 9.4. Again, most of these I got from like this. So that's why there's not like, oh, did this get better or worse than I thought? If you want to see a whole video on that, I did one about a week ago, just going through the different grades of resubmitting, things like that. I'm also working on another video that's pretty interesting. I was actually astounded by the results of the end of the video. Probably won't come out for probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks, somewhere on there. It really depends. I have to get all the footage back and start editing together and stuff like that. But very, very interesting. I hope you guys find it interesting as I did. But you'll be surprised. Very surprised. Everyone will be surprised. I don't think there will be a person watching this that will not be surprised by the end of that video. In a good way, I guess. Unless you're like, I don't know, people that just hate everything. What is this? Resident Evil, 9.6, second highest grade, $3.29. Not that expensive of a book, how it used to be. That's kind of like a problem with, I guess, non-seasoned dealers, people that haven't been around that long. I've seen places like close, like people that started up in like 2020, 2021. I'm seeing them like close down because, they bought all their inventory at like such an inflated price. and then it's just every month that goes by dropping. So there's no way that they can withstand this. Being in this industry for my whole life pretty much, but as a pretty much a dealer for the last 15 years, yeah, I can withstand markets like this. What number is this? The 50. I got multiple copies of this. 769. This book, I'm trying to remember why this was like. I remember this. So I had this book, Batman 313. I don't think it says anything special about it. First appearance of Tim Fox. Okay, yeah. But beyond that, there was, which is Lucid Fox's son, I believe. So this might have been even before all the crazy comic boom stuff, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while. But I remember getting these books and, just a run of Batman around this area with like 10 to 30 copies each. And this book was in there, just tons and tons. I would sell them, they're all like 9.4s and 9.8s, but this is way back in the day. I could sell them for like, I don't know, $5-10, right? Raw, ungraded. No point in getting them graded because I think at the time getting them graded would have been worth like $50, $75, $100 if you got a 9.8. And I had a bunch of copies of this. And then all of a sudden, in some story, this is like, again, this is way different. Like prior, even before the comic boom, when a random person was going to show up in a show or a movie or something ridiculous or some story, and I have another book just like that. These books would go crazy high prices. This is before the comic boom even took effect. So this book, I would think, went up to $1,000 in a 9.8. What is this? What grade is it? 9.4? Yeah, what is it worth now? $199. Just because I want to say like something happened to Batman in the comic books, and then Tim Fox was going to take over the mantle or something. I'm not exactly sure. It's been a while. And that book just went crazy. And that was all prior to the comic book. Now you see like some random person is going to appear in a comic series or in a movie or something like that. It's like, it gets a slight bump, maybe slight. So I think just a lot of people are wising up to the fact that it goes up and then it comes right back down. And so and also, like I said previously, I think a lot of like those unseasoned new resellers and dealers and stuff have gotten burned so much. I don't think they've survived, made it through this. So Daredevil 111, first appearance, Silver Samurai, 9.4, $299. All right, here's another book. This book, let me tell you, those who know what I'm talking about, if you went through the guide, it would say like, I give you a range, like Fantastic Four, 82 all the way up to 99. Like no keys in there, worth mentioning. So I don't know the exact run, but that's how like the price guide was. It would give you what the keys were. And this 94 first appearance of Agatha wouldn't even appear as a key. It was a nothing. It wasn't until she got in the WandaVision that this book just blew up. So it was a nothing book before. And this book is like, it's still like now like a minor key, like minor key. So it's, if you probably look in the price guide now, I think they still make it, but it'll say like, FF 82 to 93. Then it'll say 94 first appearance, blah, blah. And then it'll go from like 95 to 99, something like that. But this book has dropped significantly. Like I have a 4.5. What is this? This is a 7.5. I have a 4.5 up for $89. And then I also got the 7.5 for $159. This book was worth way more than that back in the day. Way more than that, like a couple years ago. And the 7.5, probably looking at like $500. Yeah. But yeah. I think I sold in our first auction, we had a 9.4 or a 9.6, and it sold for a record price. Like, I literally can't remember, but it was over $1,000. I remember it's like, oh my God, that's so expensive. Maybe it's like $2,000. I can't remember what it was. X-Men 101, 6.5, $399. Now this book doesn't fall in that much. $400. And then last is Mario. 85 159. Now this book is kind of interesting because I told everyone to buy it a long time ago. I had like a sneaking suspicion. And so I was picking up these books, but when I was picking them up, I'm probably telling you to pick up, it was probably when the comic boom was happening. So you're buying it at an inflated price already. And then everything kind of fell apart. And then the movie came out. Even though the movie is great, everything was on a downward trend, but still they're selling well. Overall, I'm definitely up. Overall, the Super Mario Brothers bought, but I did buy some where they didn't come back the grade I wanted because they have this stupid like crease along the thing, and a lot of people don't know that it's printed in all of them, so they downgrade because of that. Even though I talked to CGC, oh no, we take that into account, and I'm like, this book's like a 9.8, and you gave it like a 8.0. Oh no. Okay. CGC is never going to admit to a mistake, so don't ever think they will. But yeah, overall, I'm definitely up on the Super Mario Brothers because I think I got like a 9.8 for like, I just straight up bought it. I think it was like $600 or $700, and then I turned around and sold for like 2,500. So that like got rid of a lot of losses. Like on this one right here, I think I graded like a 9.4, came back at 5 or something, then I regraded it again, and same thing, and just like lost money and stuff like that. So yeah, this one was one I got graded, but didn't turn out very well as hoped. But nonetheless, I digress. Overall, up on the Marios. I know one person was telling me that after they saw my video, they bought like a 9.8, or they got a 9.8 graded, and then sold it for the record price. It was like $3,400, whatever the record price was. So he was very happy. So I'm glad that it worked out for some people that listened to me. Other than that, have a great day.